Hey guys, it is Dominic, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to onboard your clients. So yes, I've been getting a ton of questions about people doing great in our Facebook group, great in our course, and they're going, hey, I've got a lot of clients, I got a lot of leads. What do I do? How do I get these guys onboarded and running? So yes, I understand it's very scary to get them onboarded, trying to make sure that everything you said actually works, which by the way, it does. I'm going to show you exactly how to make sure everything works in this video. And it's actually pretty simple. And the best part is, after you've done it once, you can do it a million times. And then you can just keep stacking that monthly recurring revenue, making sure they're onboarded, making sure they're actually using it. And I'm going to show you a lot of tips and tricks to make sure that they do use the software, because sometimes we all know software, it's tough to get people to use it. It's tough to get yourself to use it. So if you can force them into using it, force their customers into using it, you've got yourselves a great business model. So the first thing I want to show you guys is, obviously this is done on the SaaS Pro plan. So if you're not on the Pro plan and you don't see this, that's totally fine. You can do it without this. But yes, this makes it way easier. Having that SaaS configurator makes it a lot easier. I definitely recommend the Pro plan for anyone that has honestly more than one client. If you have two or three, or if you're just trying to figure it out, I understand why you would stay at the $297, but ultimately you pretty much have to go to the Pro if you're going to take this seriously and you're going to get more clients and you're going to do SaaS mode. You'll understand why in this video. So if you haven't customized this yet, make sure it's customizable. Honestly, I don't even care too much about this page when it comes to the features, because you can go in the back end and change what they have access to no matter what. It's not set in stone. If they purchase this on the website, which by the way, if you guys use my link in the description, you get a free course, you get a free website, everything done for you. I could not have put more work, more time into my snapshots, into my work, into my courses, to make sure that you guys get to skip all of the hassle that I went through when I started. You get to join our Facebook groups for free, our affiliate Facebook group for free, an entire course that shows you step-by-step how to do everything, how to get clients, stuff that I do not talk about in my YouTube videos or my TikTok. So please, please, please use that link, not to mention a 30-day extended trial when you use me. So there's your incentive right there, if the course and free website wasn't enough for you. So that link will be in the description, but here we go. Let's get into this. So we've got our trial period where you can test that out. You can actually add snapshots as well. See here, attach a snapshot. So if you do want to target a niche, which I very much avoid doing, I always say do not target a niche. You can have as many customers in different industries as you want on here and still do very well. That's how I started personally, and it worked really well for me. But if you have a niche, if you want to do real estate agents only and you have a real estate agent snapshot, you can add that there. So for anyone who signs up, this is for the Pro plan, of course, only, then they will automatically have that account created for them with that snapshot already done. I mean, there is a way to automate this entire business. You guys will get there later in life, but for now, I think it's really good to onboard them like you're about to see in this video. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that this was covered. You guys have your plans. If you don't have the Pro plan, then you would obviously build this in Stripe yourself. You just create a 97 plan, 297, 497, or whatever your plans are. You'd have a nice subscription and you would send that to the client and say, hey, I just need to be paid through Stripe. That's how this works. They pay you through Stripe. Then you go into the account settings and you will click add account up here in the far right. And then here is where you can upload any of the snapshots that you want. I honestly recommend just doing this completely blank. But if you guys like the chiropractor snapshot or the coaching or CrossFit, you can upload those and play around with them. Totally fine by me. But let's do a regular account, because this is going to be, I don't know if you guys are on Pro or if you're on the regular. So I'm going to just show you how to do this manually either way. So we're going to go to the regular account. You're going to click the blank snapshot here. And this is really cool. Now, not all of them have this, but you can actually type in their business. If they show up on Google My Business, you can just click on the business and it automatically puts in as much information as it can. And then you just create the account from there. Very cool. If not, you go to add account manually, and then boom, this is all you need. I mean, literally first name, last name, email, the general information about the business, the street location, everything like that, state, province, phone number, website. You don't even need to put in the website yet. Obviously, you only need to put in the required things that have this little star by it. So once you get all that information from the business, you can create their account. You don't need anything else to at least create it. So that's what you need. You need that information from the business. If you guys use my snapshot, use my course and my link, then obviously you guys know that that stuff can be created automatically through the SaaS Pro plan if you guys connect your product ID to the website. Once again, if you use the course, you know exactly what I'm saying. So this would actually be done automatically, which would save you some time. But either way, I'm going to show you guys how to do this the way that I started, the way that I had to do it, the way that you guys should do it. you should learn how to do this manually in case you ever have to. And by the way, it's not hard. I mean, you guys already created this for your own account if you've already started this. So it's the same thing. Everything that you set up for yourself, that's what you're doing for other businesses. Just like you got your own website, you got your own workflows and automation, you connected your Google My Business, your Facebook page. That's what you're doing for other businesses. It's so easy, guys. If you did it for yourself, you can do it for them. So once you've created that, you're going to have an account. And once you have an account, you can go over here to the left and switch to that account up here with the drop-down menu. But just because you have an account does not mean that person can log in. You need to go over to the settings tab at the bottom left under the agency view, and then you need to go over to team and add employee. So now you're going to add the person, whether it's multiple people for the company or a great start is just the business owner or whoever you made the deal with. You definitely want to add them so that they can log into Lead Connector on their phone. They can log into your app on the laptop so that they can get in and see what's going on. So you create all of that information here and you actually create their password for them. So always write down the passwords to everybody. This happened to me when I first started. I didn't write down the passwords. They didn't write down the passwords. And then you have to go back in and reset it all the time. So definitely write them down in your notes or something if you have an iPhone, and easily remember that when they forget. But I'd also like to point out that it only signs you out if you manually log out. So most of the time, they're just going to be automatically logged in. GoHighLevel is very, very good about that. And then you go to user permissions, and this is where you give them all the permissions underneath the account. So you can actually take off certain things. If they have employees, you can take those off. You can take off only assigned data, so only the employees see the contacts that they're assigned to. This comes in handy a lot when you're doing like a bunch of real estate agents under one account. You know, you don't want all of the agents seeing everyone else's conversations in there. They only want to see their own conversations. So that can come in handy right there. You might not want them to see the marketing tabs or the social planner tabs. So you can change all of that in the employee section. And then down here we have user roles. This is where you give them either, well, they should never have agency view because then they would see everything in the agency view, and that would be that you should be the only one with agency view unless you get like a virtual assistant that you want to manage all of your clients. Then you give them agency view and they can manage everyone. But most of the time, you're just going to be giving them an account view, and then you pick the account down here and you give them their role of admin or user. So if they're like the owner of the whole account, they want to see everything that's going on in their account, give them the admin. And then you're going to go to add account and you're going to pick the account that they signed up with. Then you're going to save that and you're going to send them the login info with the login URL. You guys already know how to do that, and make sure they know how to sign up on both mobile and desktop. So once you've created an account from complete scratch, it'll most likely look like this. So you'll have, the get phone number to start texting and calling, and then you'll have the get Yext program. This is what they're going to see as well. So you want to make sure that their phone number is connected. So we're going to resolve that first. I always like to do that part first because you can't really send out text or do much of anything, even with the website or the automation. I mean, that's a huge sale for us. That's a huge pitch for us, is that you get your own business line and you get to do follow-up texts and you get to do automation. And, a lot of that requires a phone number. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. We're going to add the number here. And the entire setup for this is in my course. You pick the country, you pick the area code, and you find the number. It's $1 a month for a number, depending on where you're located. And, that's nothing. That's a great amount for a phone number. So then you're going to do that. And if you have the pro plan, that $1 a month should already go through on their billing. So you'll be covered there. As well as profiting off of their text messages, and you can control how much each person makes per text. So you can, like, if you have 5 different clients and you say, oh, well, I only want to make 2x on this client, but I want to make 5x on this client because they send out more text and I know I can make some more money on them. You can do this. It's very easy to do. You just go to their account settings, their account details, and you'll see it right under the billing section. Very, very simple. But yeah, once you pick that number and it's all ready to go, the next thing, and one of the most important things, is the integrations. Once you integrate everything that they have, the software starts to become more sticky, which means that they're going to have to use it more because now all of their, their socials are connected to it and they're working through it. Their website, when you get their website up, that's connected to it. So now if they want their website, they have to keep your software, their chat widgets on it. These are all different things that make it sticky so that they keep paying you over and over and over again. So let's go back here and let's go to Launchpad. So the first thing we're going to do, we want as many of these connected as possible. The more you have, the better. So the first thing is going to be the Google My Business. If they don't already have the mobile app, obviously we got mobile app checked here. Make sure they get that mobile app. I already said that. But this Google My Business is so important. How else are you going to be found on Google? That's the whole point of what you're doing. You want them to be found on Google, higher ranked on pages, more reviews. That's a huge deal. So this is something that's going to come up a lot. Either they don't know how to get their Google My Business, or they haven't claimed it, or they don't even have one. Either way, you can help them with all of these problems. But hopefully for a lot of you, they have their username, they have their password, they know how to log in, they can make you a manager, which by the way, I highly recommend. Always request to be a manager of the account so that you can manage all of your clients under Google My Business. Also with Facebook ads, if you're going to run Facebook ads, ask to be a manager of their account so you can manage them all in one place. You do not want to have 40 different logins and trying to type it in and have them reset their passwords because Facebook doesn't trust you on your browser. It would be an absolute mess, guys. There is a reason there's a manager page. So you want to manage all of these clients just like you're managing them through the software the exact same way. Very easy. Nice little drop down menu right here so that you can see every single account. That's just like when you manage them under Google My Business, and it's just like when you manage them under, Google Ads or Facebook ads as well. So once that's connected, which is super easy, you just need to sign in. And I will also make videos on what happens if they don't have a Google My Business, how you can make it for them. And also if they don't have their password, they can't remember how to get it, they haven't claimed it. There's so many different things. Every problem you could ever imagine for Google My Business, I've gone through. So I know the answers and I can help you guys out. I'm gonna make videos on that as well. But this is probably one of the, if not the most important integrations in this entire software. You need to make sure this is on there because that's how their website gets found. That's how you do everything. The next thing is going to be Facebook. This is a Facebook page, not a Facebook account, you have to make sure the page is connected. Obviously, you're signing into an account, but you're connecting a page. So if they don't have a Facebook page and they don't want one, they don't want to worry about it, I wouldn't worry about it either. But if they have one, most businesses do. I would also recommend telling them, hey, you should probably get one. It's free advertisement. And also, if you want to run ads, you have to have a Facebook page connected to it. So it's definitely important. Definitely tell them that they need it. And if they have it, you connect it the same way. Super easy just by signing in. Honestly, I would show them a video, a screenshot of this or a screen recording and just be like, hey, so you're going to connect here and you're going to sign in. Then you're going to sign in here and you're going to do this and just show them how easy it is to sign up because if not, they're going to have to give you the passwords and the usernames, which is fine. I have people do it all the time and just say, hey, can you do it for me? And I'm like, yes, but obviously I want them to get inside of the software and do it as well. So showing them a little video and going, hey, go to Launchpad and connect as many of those as possible. The more you connect, the easier it's going to be for us to get moving forward with this. And most of them will totally understand. They'll understand this is a software program, that they need to understand it just as much as you do, and you're good to go. But obviously in here, in this video, I teach you how to make this as sticky as possible, which means you want the actual business owner and the people that are using the software to use it as less as possible. And you'll understand why I say that in a second. So once those two are connected, those are pretty vital. We've got the chat widget here. You don't really need to connect this. I would connect on the back end under the sites tab. Once again, if you guys have taken my course, you know exactly how to do that. Don't worry about that one. Stripe. So I've seen a lot of people in the course right now and a lot of people in the Facebook group say, hey, my first client, my first lead is an e-commerce store. Well, that means they need a Stripe account so that they can get paid through your system. This means you need to make sure that they're set up on Stripe. Obviously, they're not giving you their Stripe info. I would never give out my password and username for my Stripe ever. That's like my business account. It's all my money. So that's something they have to do themselves 100%. They have to connect that themselves. So show them how to get in there and connect that. Very easy. All of these connections are just logging into the accounts. It's very, very simple. And then the Yext program, I know this isn't available in all countries, but if they want the Yext, you can upsell the Yext. I talk about this in the course as well. And then lastly is quickly add team members. So if they have multiple members, if it's a real estate leader and they have like 7 real estate agents under them and they want to add each agent, that was my first client. I had like 6 agents to add underneath one leader, and I was like, oh, I got to add all of these accounts. So I did it all manually, and we had them all up and running within a few days. So that is how you add team members. Once you've integrated all these things, now they're kind of connected to the software in a way they didn't think they would be so fast. Now all their Facebook messages are going there, their Google messages are going there, their Google reviews are inside of your system now, so they can respond to reviews inside of your system. Their Stripe, if they're doing payments, are now through your system. There's text to pay invoicing through the system. Their new business line is done through your system. And their chat widget, so how people are going to talk to them on their website. And then most importantly, their website, if you're building their website. I know a lot of you guys are like, they already have a nice website, I'm not messing around with it. Perfect. Add the chat widget on it if they need a chat widget. That's great. Add a form onto it. Use the code in the form and make sure that goes on the website so that you can connect that to automation, because that would be really, really powerful. There's so many different ways to make this work, but obviously that Launchpad, get as many check marks as you can, and that onboarding is going to be so much easier. And now we're going to hop into the company settings where you can go in and manage all the settings that we already set up before when we created the account. But now you can add a company logo if you want to manage it a little bit better and it looks better on your end. You can add that there. you can kind of change a lot of the different settings in the back end over here. Allowing a duplicate contact. This will happen a lot. Maybe a contact will try to enter a workflow more than once, or they'll change their name like slightly, try to create a new contact with the same number of email. That will not create the contact unless you allow duplicate. So some people like this, some people don't. You can merge a Facebook contact by its name. You can validate phone numbers here. I mean, there's so many different options. You guys know all about this. Missed call text back. I always enable this. This means that if anyone calls them from Google, if anyone calls them from their number from the website and they do not answer, they get an automatic text, and you can write whatever you want right there. This is really good for retention rate and making sure that that customer, that lead, does not go to the next business because you didn't answer the call. And then of course we've got company billing. So it's not going to show anything obviously, but if you want to make sure that that billing is set up and that they're running, you can just add the payment method here. You can create the account before you give them any type of subscription deal. I've done this multiple times. And then you can say, hey, can you just log into the account real quick, go under company billing and put in your card. That way, everything that I do now will be so much easier, and I can charge you for certain things, and we can get this thing up and running. That's another way to charge for billing. By the way, if you do the pro plan, this will be automatic. So once they sign up, it'll just show you the billing that they signed up with. But obviously, if you're on the $297, that will not happen. So you either have to set it up manually, have them set it up in the back end, or you just go through Stripe, set them up, and you'll just have to keep track of who's actually paying and who's not, which isn't hard to do at all. I'm just saying that it's just a little bit more manual when you do the $297. I think the $297 is great for getting people's feet wet, trying to understand the system, trying to get a few clients, get profitable after like one or two, and then going, okay, I'm ready to actually scale this, to go to SaaS mode, to create a real software business. I got to go pro. So it's a great stepping stone though. And then of course you've got My Staff. So this is where you control your staff. Let's say they had 10 members on here. You'd be able to control, if you're going to delete them, if you're going to add more, whatever it is. This is where they can control it as well. So now you're in the settings of their account, not the agency account, but their account, so they can see all of this as well. But I really want to take you guys to integrations down here. This is the settings tab integrations, not the Launchpad. So this is where you actually add like the real Google accounts. This is where you add the Google Ads account, the Facebook ad account, the QuickBooks, the Google My Business. All of these things get added here, and you can manage them here. Shopify. I mean, we've got all these different options here. So very, very cool. Make sure everything is integrated that can be integrated. Once it's integrated, you got that sticky formula right there that's going to make sure that they're on for a very, very long time. But getting customers onboarded is so, so important. So making sure everything's integrated, everything's working, showing them that the automation is working, making sure they have the mobile app so they're seeing customers come in using the automation. And now I'm going to show you my secret formula. I talk about it all the time in my course and on my YouTube videos. So for a lot of you, this is not going to be any crazy surprise at all. My secret formula is flow code, scannable codes. You guys have no idea how powerful scannable codes are, because what this does is it forces the customer to scan it, because now, depending on the business model, but for most business models, you're in front of your customers a lot. So if you can be in front of your customers, you can have them scan a code like this that's maybe a background on your phone. I like to keep it as like my screensaver on my phone. Or maybe it's a business card like this. You guys see my little business card? That's the same code that's right there. It's the same one on the back here. So businesses absolutely love this. I showed them my business card and they're like, how do I get that? My business cards are terrible. I give them to people and they put them in their wallet, and they throw them away, and they're flimsy. They're not good at all. So having a scannable code means, number one, you don't have to give out the business card if you don't want to. I actually give mine out to as many people as I can so that they can get more scans for me, which is another method that we can talk about later. But no, business owners don't have to give away their business cards anymore. I mean, they can just have them scanned. And this is not just for business cards, by the way. We use scannable codes for everything. Like you guys have seen in my restaurant videos, putting them on coasters, putting them on menus, making sure they're connected to your software so that it actually works and they're forced into using it. A great example of this is restaurants. I mean, if you put this on a coaster at a restaurant and say, hey, get a free side when you scan this code, you're going to have people scanning the code constantly. It's going to automatically text them and text the business owner. The business owner is going to see it on their phone, and they're stuck in this endless loop of going, oh, well, this is how I'm managing all of these clients. This is how I'm building up my contact list. Now this is how I talk to my customers. It's game over. You just got a client that's committed for years and years and years, and you're going to get paid for years and years and years. So this is a way to force the customer into forcing the client into using your software. I absolutely love these scannable codes, and I love flow code. I think it's cheap, it's affordable, it's amazing, and it makes beautiful codes. This is my actual custom code that flow code actually made for me, but you can make custom codes so easily. It's so great, and you can have them lead to anything, not just websites. Look at all these different options: lead to a file, a YouTube channel, a Google My Business, an Instagram, Facebook, a text message. I love that one. So it can automatically not only lead to a text, but if you click on the text icon here, you can have a message pre-typed in. All they have to do is press send. Tell me that's not the coolest thing you've ever seen. I mean, it doesn't get cooler than this. These are just awesome upsells that you can go to these businesses and say, hey, these scannable codes, they're in right now. They're hot. You guys need these. And they're going to be like, we do need those, but we don't have a website to connect it to that can convert to automatic text. We don't have any of those things that would make this code work. And be like, well, I do. So once you sign up with me, we'll get it all connected. We'll create an entire system that just works together. And you'll finally have a system that works just like you created in your business, a system that works for your business. This is going to work for the online realm of your business, which is another reason why I call my company Serious Systems, and why I tell everyone to kind of name themselves after systems or software instead of name themselves after a marketing agency, because we're way more than a marketing agency. We do way more. We create systems that work automatically. It's organic marketing. It's even better. So please, guys, check that out. I really hope that helps you with onboarding. Everything you guys just saw in this video is literally exactly how I onboard my clients. There's no difference. I make sure they're integrated. I make sure they have codes if they need them, and I make sure the website's working, and I make sure that they know what they're doing and they know how to work the system. But ultimately, they don't even have to be pros. It's not like you have to teach them the software. If they have the mobile app and customers are scanning codes and sending in text and they're using the website, then it's just working. They don't have to learn all the different techniques, and they don't have to go back and create their own automations. You already did that. That's why it's so good that your software and the service, because that service is already done. You already made it for them. Now they're stuck because they have a system that works. So that is how you onboard clients correctly to make sure that they're paying every single month. But guys, thank you so much for watching this. I've been meaning to get this video out for a while. I definitely needed to make this video, and I'm so proud of everybody in the group. You guys are crushing it. We have people getting clients every single day in their first week, their first 2 days. I mean, we have certain members that got their first 2 clients in 3 days from a simple Facebook post. No ads. We don't spend money on ads here. We're just crushing it organically because the software sells itself, people. So check out that link in the description below. Definitely start this. If you're new to this software, you haven't seen any of this, you don't know what GoHighLevel is, definitely check out my course. It's completely free, guys. Not to mention, you use my link, you get 30 days for free. It's an entire business model, unbelievable business model that you can start for free and find out if it's for you. Mess around with it. Definitely put in the hours, though. This is not something that you're just going to start, sell 100 clients and walk away from it and go retire on a beach. Can you do that? Of course, but it's going to take time. You got to work hard. And you got to have assistants too. And that's a sneak peek to what I'm going to be making next. We're going to be talking about virtual assistants, how powerful they are, how you guys can get them. And I will even be adding a course to this for free for my affiliates. I don't charge for my courses. You guys know my affiliates are my life. I love you guys. So I give you guys everything. And virtual assistants can take you from a 6-figure to a 7-figure in a year. These people are crazy, man. So I can't wait for all these videos to come out. It's going to be nuts. But please check out that link in the description. Sign up for the course. Join the Facebook group. Join the movement. Everybody's coming in. We're all helping each other out. We're all helping each other be successful. I can't wait. So I will see you guys in the group. Peace out.